Hey y'all, it's your buddy Chuck again, and we're back at it on Saturday, April 27th. And we have had a bit of a minor disaster. Had a great day today. Got home, getting ready to edit the video, deleting old files off the computer, which I do every day. But I always do it right. But today I was in kind of a hurry. And I deleted the video files from today. But I'm not going down without a fight, because it was a great day today, and I would just like for y'all to know how my day went and what we did today. So here's what I'm about to do. This might be the worst video ever. This might get nothing but down votes. It might get a fraction of the views of a normal video. But I'm about to narrate the day that I had today with screenshots. I still have the screenshots. So I'm going to sit here and recreate the day I had and show you the screenshots and talk about them. Here's how my day went. Actually, my day today started last night, yesterday evening. I just happened to notice, I always keep Uber on. I happened to notice I had a notification of some kind, a little blue one. Up where the 3 lines are, So I clicked on that to see what it was. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to thank somebody for a tip or something like that. Well, it was an opportunity. Well, I usually ignore those. And it was a fella named Rick in St. Mary's who wanted to reserve a ride for this morning, 9:40 this morning. And y'all, the ride was 2.1 miles from his apartment. As it turns out, they don't tell me where he's going, but it turns out he was going to the post office. 2.1 miles. It paid me almost $30. So I accepted that last night. It was for 9:40 this morning. Well, about an hour later, I get another opportunity. A guy in Kingsland who wants a ride to kind of like downtown Jacksonville. It was $50, but I didn't want to do that one. That one wasn't as good a deal. And the thing is, I guess Uber didn't know this, but I knew I was going to be going to Kingsland, St. Mary's today anyway. So it's like they were paying me to drive all the way over to Kingsland, St. Mary's, and pick this guy up and take him 2.1 miles to the post office. Well, they didn't know I was going there anyway. So I knew I had like $30. Well, if this thing was real, I didn't even know if it would be real. Well, it turned out it was real. So I started the day off with $30 in the bank from Uber Eats. From Uber X, Uber Rideshare. Well, so we headed to Kingsland this morning, got there about an hour early, got to the outskirts of Kingsland about 8:30, and didn't have to pick this guy up until 9:40. Well, before I even got really into Kingsland, I guess I was on the very western outskirts, got a DoorDash offer, this one right here, $4 for 4.5 miles. Now, of course, that's normally an automatic decline, but it was on my way. I hadn't even hardly gotten into Kingsland yet. I was heading east anyway, so I was going to be driving right past Dunkin', and the drop-off was, on the map you can see the drop-off is practically on top of the pickup. So I knew this was going to be a really short trip. So I went ahead and accepted it. So while I'm driving to Dunkin', I get an Uber offer for $5.16, picking up at Taco Bell, which is right there by Dunkin'. And the drop-off is to the east, just like Dunkin' and Taco Bell and the first DoorDash drop-off, all kind of flowing east. So I'm like, cool, I can do this. I can put these together. I can pick up the Dunkin', pick up the Taco Bell right next to Dunkin', drop off the Dunkin' for Uber Eats, and then continue on and drop off the DoorDash. So I dirty stacked them. So now instead of $4, I got $9.16. And we're cruising east, pull into Dunkin'. Dunkin' was packed. Drive-through wrapped around the building. I could barely find a spot to park. Walk into Dunkin', and everybody in there is really busy. which I understand. I don't get mad when a restaurant's slammed and all of the employees are working hard. I understand that. I was in the restaurant business. I know what it's like to be in the weeds and to be slammed. So they were slammed, so I waited for a little while, but I had a dirty stack going, you know. I was a little nervous, like I always am on a dirty stack. So when I finally got the attention of an employee, really nice young lady, she and I have interacted several times before. She's good. She's a hard worker, and she's really nice, and she's considerate of DoorDashers and Uber Eats drivers. Anyway, I finally caught her eye, and she asked if I was there to pick up the DoorDash order, DoorDash order for so-and-so, and I said, yep, that's it. And she said, would you call the customer and let him or her know that we don't have any of this particular coffee they ordered? So I said, okay, sure, and I walked outside and decided to just unassign the order. Before I unassigned it, though, I did mark in the app that they were out of that coffee. So the customer and DoorDash let me know that they had refunded that coffee and notified the customer that they were out. So the next driver who picked up that Dunkin' order would maybe get 25 cents extra for $25 and wouldn't have to worry about the coffee they were out of stock of. So anyway, now I'm just stuck with a $5.16 Taco Bell Uber Eats order headed east. And I can see it's going up Kings Bay Road, making that little left turn there. Fairly short distance, easy. Well, it says $5.16 for 3.3 miles, and I was still a little ways away from Taco Bell. So anyway, I head on over to Taco Bell, go through the drive-thru because their lobby's not open that early in the morning. Uber Eats order was ready to go, and before I could get done picking it up, DoorDash sent me another offer. Forgot to pause DoorDash. So I'm picking up my Uber Eats Taco Bell, and DoorDash sends me a high pay offer for McDonald's, $5.50. So I've got and they sent me a text message saying that my McDonald's order was ready to go. So my Taco Bell Uber Eats was a very quick pickup. There was nobody in the drive-thru line. I pulled up to the speaker, said, I'm here for this order. Felicity said, pull on around. I pull around. They hand me the order. Rob hands me the order. It was awesome. So I shoot across the street to McDonald's, pick up first I walk in and, everybody's busy, hard to get somebody's attention. I got a guy's attention, an employee. He was carrying a tray of food and a beverage. And I said, hey, buddy, you don't have DoorDash order whatever hiding? Because now they hide them. They used to put them out on shelves. They still have the shelves, but they hide the orders. So you can't just stand there and be passive, especially when you're dirty stacking. So I asked the guy. He continued to hold the tray of food with one hand, reached and grabbed my order and handed it to me with the other hand. And so I got my Taco Bell and my McDonald's very fast. The DoorDash McDonald's was also going east, a little further east than the Uber Eats Taco Bell. So I grabbed my McDonald's. I checked when it was supposed to be delivered. I saw that I had enough time. I proceeded east and then made a little hook to the north to deliver to some apartments there. Dropped off the Taco Bell. I believe it was hand it to me. Oh, yeah, it was. I had it in the green Uber Eats bag, and it was second floor apartment. I ran up those stairs. Okay, I didn't really run. I walked as fast up the stairs as I possibly could. Knocked on the door. Guy opened the door immediately. I set the Uber Eats bag down on the ground and started unzipping it. And I'm telling you, y'all, I saw the guy reach into his pocket while I was bent over unzipping the bag. I don't know. Maybe he was putting his phone in his pocket or something. I don't know. I thought he was about to hand me some cash. But anyway, handed him his Uber Eats order, told him, appreciate your business, all that. Ran back down the stairs and started heading to my DoorDash McDonald's drop-off. It was in Mariner's Landing, which is right across the street from Walmart. In fact, these apartments where I dropped off the Uber Eats is also right across another street from Walmart. So all day long, I kept kind of hoping I'd get a Spark order to supplement some of this stuff. Well, anyway, so I drop off the McDonald's DoorDash order heading east. And I figure now I've got like 35 minutes until I pick the dude up for the UberX Rideshare. So I don't know. Do I have time to get all involved in some DoorDash order in 35 minutes and get this guy on time? So I paused DoorDash and I kept Uber Eats on. And I went ahead and went to the guy's apartment complex. And by the time I got there, I was maybe 25 to 20 minutes early. I was supposed to pick him up at 9:40. Well, I didn't realize that Uber would notify him that I was there. I wasn't trying to rush the guy or anything. I was just going to kill 20 minutes. I'd sit in his parking lot and watch YouTube videos or something. Well, anyway, evidently Uber Eats notified him that I was there. And he came out, nicest guy, Rick. Young fellow just moved here from like Fort Myers, I believe he said. And I left the camera running the whole time. He's sitting back in the back seat. I offered him the front or the back seat, whichever he preferred. He said, I guess I'll just sit in the back. I guess maybe he's taken Ubers before and knows that that's what people usually do. So he sat back there in the back seat and we chatted, had a great conversation. And he told me he's got a work from home job for the federal government, doing insurance for military people, handling their insurance claims, medical insurance claims. And he does not yet have a car, says he's going to buy a car soon, has family, grandmother and stuff who live in Camden County. And he can live anywhere and work from home for the federal government. And he checked several states and saw that Georgia was an approved state where he could work. He had family in the area, so he just decided to move to Camden County. And everything was great. And it was a real order. I got $30 for taking him to the post office. He was going to get another Uber back to his apartment. I said, well, I'll sit here and take you back to your apartment if you want me to. So while he was in the post office, he ordered another Uber, and it came to me because I was 50 feet away from him, and I accepted it. I think I got $3 to take him back home. But anyway, so that was like $32, $33 for that short little ride share. 2 miles there and 2 miles back. That was awesome. So at this point, we've got the dirty stack. What was it? It was $5 on Uber and $5.50. Yeah, so we've got almost $11 on the food apps and $30-something from Rideshare. We're looking good. This is like an hour. We've made $40-something. So anyway, I drop him back off at his apartment and turn DoorDash back on, and then immediately get a DoorDash order that's not great. It was $6 for 5.8 miles. But I was way up at these apartments and needed to get back down to where the restaurants are anyway. But then it turns out when I got down there and picked up the order, it was going back to the same apartments where I just dropped the guy off. So picked up from a place I've only picked up from once before. It's called Spouse's Bakery and Deli. And picked up an order there, a couple of omelets or something, took them to an apartment. It was leave at my door. So dropped them off at those apartments, took a picture, and went about my way. So that was $6. So I've lost track now. We're at 32 plus 17. We're at $49 and not much time. It's looking like it was going to be a great day. All right, so then as I'm driving back down to where the restaurants are from being at this apartment complex for the third time that morning already, got a high pay offer, $7.50, 4.6 miles. Not fantastic, but it's okay. Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and it was going to Osprey Cove, the really fancy gated subdivision. Really easy drive. A little further than I would like to have driven that order, but it's very easy, fast, high-speed drive. So anyway, go to Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and it was a little slow there. They had the smoothies ready, but they also ordered 2 bowls, acai bowls. I don't know what that is. And I sat there and watched the girl kind of made the 2 bowls, adding ingredients and everything. A little bit of a slow process. You know, I saw her add like some nuts and some blueberries and had to slice a banana and put banana slices in there and all kinds of stuff like that. But anyway, it took a little bit of time. Not too bad, but maybe 5 minutes or so I stood there and watched her make those bowls. But anyway, then we flew down Highway 40 for a mile or 2 and then down St. Mary's Road at 65 miles an hour for a mile or so, and then into the gates. It's the only gated community in Camden County that I know of where they actually have guards at the gate, and you have to check in with the guards and tell them who you're delivering to, and you have to tell them the address and all that. But anyway, that was $7.50. I'm going to lose track, y'all, of the money, but there's another $7.50 added on to whatever $40-something we had. Got that knocked out. Then got a Papa John's order. And by the way, a couple of times during the day when I would happen to be passing by Walmart and not have an order, I would swing into Walmart if the time was right, hoping to catch a Spark order. And it never happened. I pulled in there, I think twice, and was there for the, half-hour order drop, the round robin, and didn't even get an order. But anyway, we got this after we dropped off the Tropical Smoothie Cafe. We got a $9.69 Papa John's pizza order. And it was going. Where did this go? Let me look at this map. Way up Kings Bay Road, up to Highway 40. Yeah, that was the one that went into Plantation Village, into that neighborhood right across the street from the submarine base. Uneventful, once again, fast, easy, high-speed driving, one of those kind of things where I've got the cruise set on 55 the whole way. It was really easy and made almost $10 for that. It was 7 miles, but we do get 40 miles per gallon. But anyway, it was a hand it to me. And, I figured the guy's going to hand me a cash tip because it was already $9.69. I think he tipped $6.69 and the base pay was $3, I think, if I remember correctly. Maybe he tipped $7.69 and the base pay was $2, but it seems like I remember it was $3 base pay. But anyway, nice fella, handed him his pizza. He didn't have a lot of personality, but sometimes he may have seen the camera blinking, red light blinking on my chest, and may have freaked out. I don't know. It might freak some people out, but I don't care. Anyway, got that dropped off, and what do we do next? Oh, then we got a $10.35 Papa John's offer going 12.3 miles. And I hit the decline button. Y'all, and by the way, I said this in the video that I lost. I'm struggling here with whether I want to worry about Top Dasher next month or not. I've already scheduled the first several days of May, just in case I'm not Top Dasher. I think I'll hit the 100 deliveries okay, but I'm still at 64% AR. I started the day at 62%. It's going to be hard to get 6 more points on my AR in, 3 days? What do I have, 28th, 29th, 30th? But anyway, we accepted a $10.35 Papa John's, went right back to Papa John's, going 12.3 miles. And I could see from the map it was going up I-95 and over east on Harriet's Bluff Road. It was going to be a drive. High speed, 80 miles an hour on I-95, and then Harriet's Bluff Road, 45-mile-an-hour speed limit, so I'll set the cruise on 55. Anyway, it was fine. It just wasn't really what I wanted to be doing at the time, and I knew that if I delivered it, I was going to miss the round robins that hour at Walmart. But I hit decline. They said your AR will drop from 63 down to 62. So I went back and accepted it. I still had, I've got a couple of unassigneds I could play with. I started the day at 99% completion rate, so I could unassign a few to help my AR. Some terrible orders I really don't want to do, but I don't want to lose a point on my acceptance, right? But anyway, I went ahead and picked this pizza up and flew up I-95 and over on Harriet's Bluff Road, and I think it was a hand it to me also. Yeah, it was. It was a a girl looked like maybe high school age. Maybe she was over 18. I don't know. But anyway, handed that to her. Her name was Clara. And again, no cash tip on a hand it to me on a pizza order. That was 2 in a row I did. Both hand it to me. Both of them, no cash tip. And, and by the way, I remember on Clara's pizza order, Harriet's Bluff Road, nobody wanted that order. Base pay was like $5, maybe $6, and the tip was only $4 or $5. But anyway, we got that done, and let's see, we start to head back to town then. What is this next order? Oh, yeah. All right. So here's the deal, y'all. I remember this. At this point, I had $77. I had made $77 for the day. Oh, and let me tell you this. I was trying to work and watch a YouTube live stream. A couple of my buddies. There's Dashing Dink. His YouTube channel is called Dashing Dink, D-I-N-K, Dashing Dink. Super nice fella up in northern Minnesota. And then there's our buddy Drew, who basically does nothing but Spark. Drew's channel is DAMANN0112. Now, you may be able to look him up by Drew's Walmart Spark Adventures or something like that, or Walmart Spark Adventures with Drew. But the official YouTube handle is at DAMANN0112. Well, anyway, Dink and Drew were going to have a live stream contest today where they would both be on screen at the same time, live streaming, seeing who could make the most money doing Spark only. So I was trying to watch that and run around like a chicken with my head cut off doing all these orders. And turns out Drew had to forfeit. He was feeling really sick, and so he had to forfeit. So Dink went ahead and just live streamed his orders for the day. Well, I told him that I was going to be unofficially competing against him. And I was going to see if I could make more money than them. So anyway, when I saw that Drew had dropped out, I started at this point. I had $77. Well, Dink was still live streaming, and he was on a big Walmart Spark order. I think it was like $42, he said, and that was going to put him at $91. Well, I was at $77, but he still had like 12 miles to drive, before he would be at $91. And hey, I was footloose and fancy free. I could do whatever I want. I could take any kind of order I wanted to. So I was close. I was only $14 behind him, and really, I was ahead of him because he didn't have his $42 in the bank yet. He hadn't dropped it off yet, So anyway, I was at this point. I told him in the comments I was just going to take my $77 and go home. Well, then I got an offer from DoorDash. Way up. I had just gone way up I-95. Well, I say way up, 4 miles up I-95, and then 2 or 3 miles out Harriet's Bluff Road. I was coming back just about to I-95, and I got this offer for Dickey's Barbecue, $5 for 7 miles on DoorDash. Well, again, that's an automatic decline, right? But I looked at the map, and I said to myself, this order's going west. This is like $5 free money, because I'm about ready to go home. At this point, it's like 11:30 a.m. And this order's going west. I'll just make this $5, even though it's 7 miles. What do I care? 7 miles I was going to be driving anyway. Well, y'all, turns out, evidently I have dyslexia. Because, as you can see on the screenshot, I thought that order was going southwest. No, it's clearly going southeast. Well, let me tell you, y'all, I was going to take my $77 and go home. Well, I took that $5 order that I thought was going west that turned out to be going east. I made another $40 before I went home, and in not very much time. So let me tell you what happened. So I figure, what the heck? Maybe I'll take a few more orders. Maybe I can make $100 today. Well, the next order I got after I dropped off the Dickey's Barbecue, 7 miles for $5, DoorDash sent me this high pay offer, $14 to pick up at a restaurant I've never heard of. I suspect it's either a ghost kitchen or a taco truck type thing called La Islita. Little Island. I've never heard of La Islita. I've been dashing in Camden County for about a year now. Never heard of that. So either a ghost kitchen or a taco truck. Gotta be. Probably taco truck. Anyway, so I accepted it. But the problem is it was going 8 miles into St. Mary's. Not really what I wanted to do. I was kind of ready to go home. I didn't want to go another 8 miles east. I wanted to go west toward home. But I accepted it, $14. What are you going to do? I wanted the $14. I was at 82. That would have put me at $96. So I went ahead and accepted it. I was heading that way to go pick it up when I got a Spark order. Finally, my first Spark order of the day. $15 shopping order. So I'm like, shopping order for $15? How many items? So I look, it's one item, y'all. Run in Walmart, pick up one item, scan the QR code at the register, and walk out. And, Spark gives you the aisle number, the section number, and the modular number. They guide you right to the item. It's to go into Walmart and buy one item. A pair of women's underoos of some kind. I don't know, kind of like Spanx or girdle. It said tummy control boy shorts. What do I know? I don't know. Look kind of like a girdle or something. Kind of a beige colored in the picture. Well, so I figure, how hard can this be? Spark gives you the aisle number, the section of the aisle, and basically the spot on the shelf called the modular where this item's located. So I'm like, well, okay. And so I decided I would run in Walmart, grab this one item real quick, scan it, scan the QR code on the register, and walk out the door. Potentially could take less time than waiting for an order at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Well, that didn't work out. I go into Walmart. I pretty easily went straight to the women's underwear section, located the aisle and the section. Then it was time to locate the modular. Well, y'all, I've never seen anything like it. Modular 72 was right next to modular 80, which was right next to modular 108. And then down below was modular 150 or so. Yeah, I don't understand what was going on in the ladies' underwear section. I've never really understood what's going on in ladies' underwear, but I certainly didn't understand what was going on in the Walmart ladies' underwear section. So it was just a nightmare. There was no way to locate this item. I wound up scanning maybe 5 or 6 barcodes, and I finally said, forget it. I was going to just drop the order, and then I thought, wait a minute, it's one item. I'm going to mark that I can't find it. So I hit can't find the item. They say, ask an associate. So I hit the button that says, I'll ask. Then I hit the button that said, can't find the item. And so they refunded it and canceled the order. And y'all, I'm no Spark expert. Some of y'all who do a lot of Spark, let me know. I swear I think Walmart paid me $7.50 for this $15 order for going in there and trying to find it and not being able to find the item. It looks like they paid me $7.50. Well, by this time, I had already unassigned the La Islita $14 DoorDash order that was going 8 miles east. Well, so now I've wasted a little bit of time in Walmart, and of course at the time I didn't know they had given me seven. I still don't know for sure if they gave me $7.50 because Walmart's earnings page is impossible to decipher. It's hieroglyphics. But it appears that they paid me $7.50 today for that attempt at finding that one item of women's underwear. So that's awesome. What am I up to now? Like $89. Well, then DoorDash sends me a Little Caesars pizza high pay offer, $7.25, 4.7 miles. But this time I checked and double checked. Definitely headed due west. Well, not due west. It's kind of northwest, but Highway 40. Just going down Highway 40, taking me home. Well, y'all, that's got me at, what? 89 plus 7. I'm 96 bucks. I'm getting right up close to 100. So I accepted Little Caesars, drove to Little Caesars, and I'm having to wait. Pizza's not ready, so I'm standing there waiting. And lo and behold, Uber Eats. I never get good orders on Uber Eats in Kingsland. Uber Eats sends me a $10 4-mile KFC order. And it's going west. So I'm going to get the $7 DoorDash going west. And then I'll just swing right by KFC, which is right on the way, pick up some chicken, and continue west. And make 17 bucks for driving home. This is unbelievably perfect. It's just perfect. 17 and a half bucks just to drive home. It's wonderful. So it took forever in Little Caesars. So I knew by the time I got to KFC, that order would be ready to go. No, it was not. They told me it was going to be a while. They were waiting on chicken to cook. So I said, well, I've got a DoorDash order in my car that's only going 1.7 miles. Maybe I'll just go drop it off and then come back and get the KFC. And the guy says, that would be great. So I did that. The Little Caesars Pizza DoorDash order was right on Highway 40. Dropped it off at a laundromat to the lady who runs the laundromat. And then I zipped a mile and a half back to KFC. The KFC order was ready. Well, in the process, while all that's happening, Uber Eats stacks on a $9.50 Popeyes that's going west. So this is unbelievable. I get $7.50 from Walmart for not finding the woman's underwear. I get a beautiful dirty stack for $17. Turns out the KFC half of the dirty stack's not ready, so I just dropped off the $7. Well, then the $10 half of the dirty stack gets $9.50 added onto it. And everything's going west. It's all going west. So I picked up my KFC. It was ready when I got back. Just a mile and a half back east to KFC to get my KFC order. It was ready. Throw it in the Uber Eats bag. And then I proceed west, right past Popeyes, pull in Popeyes. It's ready to go. Well, except they made me fill the drink. But anyway, the food's ready to go. Throw it in the DoorDash bag, fill the drink. And then I head west with these two orders that total just about $20. And drop them both off. And I've got $117 in 4.5 hours. I said originally when I was recording the video that I then deleted, I thought I'd done it in 4 hours, 117 in 4 hours, but I went back and double checked, and it was closer to 4.5. So anyway, $117 today in 4.5 hours, 26 bucks an hour. It was a great day, very busy, drove a lot of miles, but it was a really good day, profitable day. And I got to do Uber X, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and sort of Spark. I made $7.50 from Spark, I think. But anyway, y'all, that's it. That's my little recap of my day with screenshots. Now let me go inside and edit this into a video. I don't know whether y'all will like this or not, but I I don't know. I couldn't just not share how my day went today and what kind of money I made, because it was a great day. You know, if it had been a horrible day where I made $10 an hour, maybe I wouldn't have even bothered. But it was a great day. $26 an hour, $117. I don't make a C note very often. But anyway, y'all, thanks for riding along with me, or in this case, just kind of sitting in the car with me. And thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting. I really appreciate it. I'll try not to delete my video files tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Be safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow.